So, what's going on, guys? It is Sergeant Kodiak here with Jugs Gaming.
Woohoo!
Link in the description. And if you want to see the blooper highlight reel, go to his channel and you will see some of the bloopers of us screwing around, pretty much. And now we're going to get serious and bring you podcast number 2.
A pig died.
Now, just to let you know, I'm terribly sorry for how we said podcasts were going to be at least once a week. But that didn't happen.
I was in Jersey for 5 weeks, as people can tell on my channel.
So yeah, just want to apologize about that, and you should go shut the door because you opened it, boy.
Yeah, I probably should.
But anyway, guys, this video was brought to you by, as we're gonna try to have sponsors for every podcast. If you guys want to sponsor yourself, all you gotta do is say, hey, I want to be shouted out in the next podcast, and we'll shout out your channel name. But today we're gonna be sponsored by my buddy Thomas's channel, Jugs Gaming.
Woohoo!
Make sure, if you really do want to see the blooper reel, that you go to his channel because they are pretty funny. Alright, so I believe you prepared some topics for us to talk about, and then we'll get to questions later.
Alright, so, first one, as a lot of you may know, Xbox One is coming out with backwards compatibility. Well, what a lot of you may not know, because I didn't know for a while either, they're coming out with, like, the full beginner list around Christmas time, and then, like, once a month or so, they're going to be having polls that people, like, say what game they want to be added next, and whatever one is added, you know. Anyway, so Kane and I are going to talk about what games we want to be put onto the backwards compatibility list. So, you want to start?
Basically, what I'd like to see, I know I'm a huge fanboy, I'd like to see the old Call of Duties, even if they don't get put on the backwards compatibility list, if they just, like, launch, like a Master Chief collection, but the Call of Duty collection, where everything up to Call of Duty Ghost, everything that was on the last-gen console, you can buy in one variety pack.
They could do the Treyarch Zombies trilogy.
They need to do that anyway, just no matter
cool.
what. Need to bring all the zombies together. Like, everybody's been saying, instead of making zombies as a game mode, they should make zombies its own game.
I don't know if that would work out well.
Oh yeah, it would. Zombies is popular as all living crap.
I'm not talking about, like, sales-wise. I'm talking about, like, would it really be something that would kind of work out? Because a lot of people, like, I know I'll be playing Black Ops 2 or World at War or something. I might go from, like, campaign or online just to be like, you know what, I want to chill for a
Well,
little
you're
while.
not that much of a hardcore zombies person. I
Sure.
am. I would buy that game in a heartbeat and play it non-stop.
I'd play it and buy it. It's just, it's not, like, I prefer the easy ability to switch, like.
Yeah, I can see that, but that's just a lot of people's personal preference.
Right.
That they just want them to launch their own game, because then they could put so much more time towards it instead of having half their development team go to zombies, or actually just a quarter of their development team go to zombies, and the rest of them, the other 3/4, go to multiplayer.
Right, and it would probably make it a lot easier to, like,
Another
learn
thing
the
that would be really
storyline.
good is to take the advanced movements out,
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm not,
because the advanced movements are the shittiest thing in Call of Duty.
indeed. I hate them. Advanced Warfare, I'm good at it, but only because I use, like, as much of them as I can, and I'm a noob, so. No.
Yeah. We all know you're a noob.
Mm-hmm.
People that haven't met you know you're a noob. You're a noob.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's really weird. I'm gonna stop.
Yeah, we should. Alright, 7:32 blooper.
7:32 blooper. Alright.
I'm gonna remember that.
Gotta remember that.
Okay, we're gonna wait till it hits 8 minutes.
Swimming around in a vagina. Alright, we can't stop, otherwise we're gonna be laughing nonstop.
Alright, so another game I would like to see added to the backwards compatibility list is probably all the Fallout games, Skyrim, like pretty much the Bethesda games, because they're all amazing.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see, and probably not a lot of people would want this because it's not like a giant fan game. It's like fun to play and stuff, but it's Skate 3. It's a big game and everything. It's just it's not as big as like Call of Duty and all that.
Yeah, I think you're alone on Skate 3.
Yeah, I don't know, some
It's
people.
very demographically specific. that game is. It's you either like it or you don't.
Right.
There's no in between. There's no you can play it for an hour and get off. It's either you can play it for 3 hours, still have fun, or you can't play it more than 5 minutes. Which that's how I am. I can't play it. I'm not a fan.
All right.
Alrighty now.
Let's see. There's.
So let's talk about our thoughts on the legalization of gay marriage in all 50 states. I figured that's
Alright.
just a good thing to talk about.
We had a legalization thing in our last one, so may as well add one in here.
I don't even remember.
It was the marijuana,
Ah.
legalizing marijuana. So I think I'm gonna start. Ooh, sorry, floor. Anyway, I'll start this time. I personally don't have a problem with gays, gay marriages, anything like that. I'm happy for them. They found their way and everything. Just leave me out of it. Don't try to start a relationship with me, like a close relationship. I was friends with a guy who claimed to be bisexual. You were too for a little while, I think. And yeah, I'm personally fine with gays. It's just I don't want to try to have a gay make me gay.
Yeah, it's like I'm cool with you, you do you, but don't drag me into it. You know, I'll be the DD at your gay bar, and I'll be in the car on my phone.
Fabulous.
Fabulous.
All right, so now what do you want to do?
So yeah, that was a lot quicker than I thought it would be.
I mean, marijuana moved on.
Marijuana,
Marijuana.
marijuana,
All right. Anyway, so you want to move on to questions, or do you want to think of something else?
Yeah, I might as well do a couple questions.
All right. Well, most of our questions right now are coming from Duck Killjoy, or Duck Killjoy. So, first question he asked us was, are we in YouTube for YouTube and Twitch for money, fame, or fun?
Basically, I'm in it for fun, but if it does work out to where I can become living off of it, I would take it. You know, it's like a perk. It's a hobby that pays.
Right. I like to upload a lot of my videos for fun. I know, like, you don't try to tell me things softly. You just tell me, like, if this is a video someone might actually watch, or if this is something they might not. Like, I was gonna record a really stupid video earlier, but I decided not to because I was lazy. And like, I personally upload videos for fun, and if someone doesn't like want to watch my video or doesn't like it, well, I uploaded it for anyone that might, or just for me, my personal return. So yeah. All right, should we move on to the next one?
Might as well.
Alright. So gotta skip all the stupid questions he asked. Why do you like Mortal Kombat? The fight style or the skins? This is more of a question directed at me because you don't really play. Well, I mostly play Mortal Kombat just to get in, beat someone up, watch blood go everywhere, and get out. I don't really pay much to the story or anything like that. I get in, spawn in as Scorpion, do a couple teleports, and just murder people. So, that's how I play. I do like skins though, so. Gonna skip the other Mortal Kombat question. Halo and COD, are they getting repetitive? You wanna start with this one?
Yes, definitely. And for my answer, yes, definitely. They are recycled material. Like, I think the last real innovation that COD had was all the way back in Call of Duty 4 with the graphics overhaul, kill streaks, customizable classes. It was the complete innovation, and they haven't had anything like that since. I could go back and still have fun in Call of Duty 4, way more fun than I'll ever have in even Black Ops 2. You know, that's like my favorite Call of Duty.
I feel like one of the renovations that they tried to do was with when Sledgehammer Games made Advanced Warfare. They brought in the whole exo movements and advanced human type things, and now Black Ops 3 is getting into it, and I'm not I really wish they weren't, but otherwise, yes, Call of Duty is getting very repetitive. It's the same game, just all the guns are painted over.
But the thing is that that's what people like. It's like everybody complains about it, but everybody's content with it. Now that the exo movements are here, like true innovativeness, they're trying something new. Everybody hates it, no one likes it. It's change, But if they would have just done it when we asked them to, 5-6 years down the road, it would have been a completely different stories now.
Right.
Because we would have been used to it, having different style of Call of Duty, like Battlefield. They went from World War II, I think they did a World War I at one point, and then they did way in the future.
Right.
Then they went to modern day, and then now they're on Cops and Robbers.
It's like a 2015 police type one for now.
Yeah. And that's innovativeness. It's a nice mix of everything. Call of Duty stuck with one thing and one thing and one thing. Everybody was so used to that and very content with it, and basically Ghost killed it, even though it was that normal COD formula. I don't know what they did. It was too slow paced. Maps were too big.
Like, even Battlefield is a bit faster paced than Ghosts was.
Yeah.
And it's got bigger
I gotta
maps.
admit, Ghost was a decent game, but it wasn't like, oh my god, Ghost.
It was
yes!
fun. It was fun for
Fun for the
couple
first
hours
15
worth.
minutes you played.
Yeah. Extinction I could play for a couple hours.
I would get it again, honestly, for like $8 at the game store. I would get it again. Honestly, I was gonna buy it off my older brother, but he already sold it.
Anyway, on to the second half of that question, though. I don't think Halo's getting repetitive, because they went
Halo's
from,
just getting started.
Yeah, Halo's getting started mainly, like with the big leagues and everything.
Halo 5 is probably one of the most innovative games I'm gonna see in 2015.
Yeah. One thing I don't like about Halo 5 is the rocket launcher. We talked about that already in the other one, so we'll probably... But,
I'm sure there's a good reason behind it. Maybe it's either way after Master Chief's time, the multiplayer takes place differently, or something's gonna happen to where hopefully it'll make sense for the reskin.
Right.
Because I don't want them just to reskin it just to reskin it.
Right. So they went from going farther back in time where you're fighting Covenant and Master Chief doesn't show up at all, and you just got, like, you really feel like you are Noble 6 in that campaign to me because of the whole customization and everything. Any game where I can customize my campaign character, I feel like I can immerse myself into that. But they went from that to Master Chief, and then personally, all my favorite Halo games didn't have Master Chief in them. Like, Halo 2 I liked, but I would rank it third on my list of favorites.
Yeah, but the thing is, Halo Reach was just was Bungie testing Bungie testing Destiny. Destiny was in development right after Halo Reach launch.
Well then, so I liked Halo Reach.
I believe it was a $60 million budget game, and it launched half-assed the way it was. Horrible. God.
I mean, it was a lot of fun though. I got quite a couple weeks worth of, a couple months actually worth of fun out of that.
Yeah, it can definitely be an entertaining game. I think I have almost probably 3 weeks worth of playtime into it on Xbox One, not even counting, because when you go on the Xbox One and you check your game time, it doesn't count for the 360. And I think the majority of my time right now is still on the 360 just because of how much I played it on the 360, because I was just such in a rut with those games. But now that I got rid of my 360, I've been wanting to go back to those games, but now I do have my PlayStation 3 just for that purpose.
Right. So, should we move on, or are we going to stay on this topic?
Yeah, let's move on.
Alright. Let's see, I don't know if you ever played any of them, but Kilton Killjoy also asked, is Star Wars Battlefront going to be good?
I've never played any of them, but I really have high hopes for it. It's definitely a game I could get into. Like, I've always wanted to try Star Wars The Old Republic, but after they said it went free to play, I heard it's an alright game, but it's not worth the hard drive space.
to me it's still kind of fun. But then again, I play on the roleplay servers and I enjoy that. And there's like roleplay guilds recruiting, and all the actual roleplays are going in guild chat. But it's definitely a fun game, even if you were just to do like hardcore story. It's an interesting story and everything.
Definitely.
I would like watch a bit of gameplay or something just so you could see what it's like. But
I have seen what it's like. It's just like Star Wars World of Warcraft. Had bad reviews, bad rap. It didn't go over very well. But now that DICE is taking hold of it and utilizing the Frostbite engine, I mean, this is
they
going to be...
added a new DLC that ups the max rank to 65 instead of 60, and they've actually got a good story extra.
Now they're getting into all the stuff. Yeah, I guess. I forgot what I was talking about now.
Star Wars Battlefront is what the question was. So, I played the hell out of Star Wars Battlefront 2 on my PS2. Like, I had GTA 3, I had SOCOM US Navy SEALs, I had a bunch of different games on my PS2. But Star Wars Battlefront, I had to have put the most time into.
Is that the one where you played as the Stormtrooper? Because I think I had that one.
You could play as the Stormtrooper, you majority of the time did, or depending on, like, what side you're on, sometimes you play as the Rebels or something. But, like, partway through the game, it's kind of like a score streak almost. You'll just, like, after a short amount of time, actually it's more like your Titanfall, except longer. You get to play as like a special character for a short amount of time. If you played on like Dagobah, you would get Yoda as your special character if you were on the Republic, or you would get Darth Vader if you were on the other side, the Empire, or whatever.
Honestly, it's been so long, I have no clue.
But that game was a lot of fun, and it was like my first-person shooter type game and everything, and it was great. I loved it. So, anyway.
Alright, so now moving on, I kind of want to talk about I want to bring a new section, recommended tech. I'm going to be doing special videos on my channel of recommended tech, but I figured I'd start off pretty much episode 1 in
Episode 0.
I don't do episode 0s, I just do episode 1.
I only did episode 0 because I messed up on one series, so...
Alright, so today's recommended tech is the Microsoft Stereo surround sound speakers, because I have been using them and I've been really enjoying them. And so yeah, they are really good. I think one of the deepest basses I've heard in headsets in a while. I think Turtle Beach's PX21s probably had a little bit more, but those were a little bit more professional gaming headsets. But for the price of a new game, I'd rather get those. I highly recommend it. Comes with the stereo adapter, and so far everybody complains about the stereo adapter, but I haven't had any issues with it. So I guess definitely buy the stereo adapter if you don't want to buy the headset. But I think all the complaints was using other headphones for the stereo adapter. I'll have to test that out, but so far it's been working great for these headsets.
Cool.
So that was tech of the day right there. Definitely worth a buy. I think probably 8 out of 10, because there is some improvements they could have made by making its own adapter instead of just using the stereo adapter. So in making, and just having a better mic. Because I like the mics that are longer and you can adjust more instead of just one that's stuck in a position and go up and down.
Like my, the one Xbox One mic that comes with the 1 terabyte that I have, that it can only go up and down, but I like my old Turtle Beaches that I still use for like the surround sound, and like you could bend around the little thing. I think we had the same headset before, didn't we? Or no?
No, I had XL ones.
Oh, well, you saw my headset. It's got like the bendy thing so that I could move the mic away from my face, and I didn't have to move it under
PX21s
me.
and XL ones. PX21s are probably the best headsets I've ever used in my life, and so far it's sticking with that, but they only lasted for a year and then they just gave out.
Alright. Well, yeah, headsets.
Alright. So basically, also, I've been hearing some things going around that possibly they're going to change the American flag. I don't really know what for, but
I haven't heard anything about that.
Well, yeah, I guess this is going to be one of the shortest podcasts, because we don't really have much things to talk about.
Well, I actually kind of had an idea. Now, I've got a couple ideas stored up, but they're mostly like, what do we want in? So if we want to fill in a little bit of time until we can think of something else to talk about, you played Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, right? Or
Not
at
a
least
whole
some
lot
of
of
it.
them.
Well,
Well,
played.
I got maybe an hour of game time into each, and that's barely even enough to get started.
Right, we both got to play about the same amount of time, but they're coming out with Fallout 4 soon. I don't know if you saw the trailer for it.
I know.
The E3.
I saw it.
You saw it? Well,
I saw it live.
oh, you saw it live.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was there for Doom though.
Uh,
Oh, I'm excited for that game.
so you saw how they have all the base buildings and the customization and all that. Well, what do we really want in Fallout 4? Or at least, if you were to buy Fallout 4, what were things you would want in the game?
I want sprinting. 'Cause,
Sprinting.
yeah, in the old Fallout games, you can't sprint, and it's so annoying trying to go across the map walking only. Yeah,
I thought you could sprint. I
no,
remember.
it's really annoying.
I didn't get to play it too much though. So, one thing I want is, I want an online. Like I want a full.
Yeah, at
Invite
least a
someone to your-
two-player campaign.
Right. I want to be able to, because they're adding this like build buildings or customize your giant mech suit and all that, but none of it's going to be worth it if you can't show it off a little bit. Now, I think they said something about being able to like upload your creations to a website for Fallout 4 or something, but that's not the same as having someone come over and just absolutely like walking around the house or whatever, causing like sniping from your house or whatever. Just like, it's not as fun if you can't do something with it with people.
Oh, here's the topic right here.
All right.
Why is indie games not coming to Xbox One? I mean, there's the independent titles, you know, that are just kind of stupid, really. But like DayZ, H1Z1, all those games are going over to PS4. Even though Xbox has always been the easier one to make indie games for, just because they've always supported it, they've never changed their rules. But what I think is going on, that PlayStation is paying them a crap load of money, because I'm assuming, because there was talk about launching AAA and H1Z1 and DayZ, but they can't do that now. They're a PS4 and PC exclusive. They haven't announced whether it's timed or not, but I'm hoping it's timed, because I would love getting DayZ.
DayZ would be great. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like I had mentioned earlier,
I would prefer Rust. I love that game.
Rust was pretty interesting. Of what I saw, it was like a realistic Minecraft almost, with guns. So
It's hard, but I love it. Just playing on a server with 64 people on it, perching up with a sniper. Basically, I use sniper scope on an assault rifle, and I perch up and I just pick people off in the head, loot them next to the rad town. It's awesome.
But anyway, I mentioned earlier when we were talking about Star Wars: The Old Republic, I like the roleplay servers, and DayZ probably had the biggest roleplay base I've ever seen, because they drop you on an island. I don't know if it's in regular DayZ or not, but Shanaris is the island, and like people will go on the website and like buy a plot of land in the game, and they can make them a giant thing that shows up in a server. Like the trading post, that was a big thing created by a player, and then for the sake of story, they had gone onto their website, edited their plot of land so that it looked destroyed after like this giant fight or something. So, like, that's how much people pay attention to their land and stuff like that on the RP, and it'd be really interesting to see that on Xbox and all that, because then I'd actually be able to play it.
Mm.
And it's a real survival game too. It's like better than Minecraft in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of like the building and all that, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's hard to explain it without spoiling everything, so I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just not gonna say anything. Sorry about that. And I want to wait a little bit before I reveal what I'm working on and everything. Thomas, you know what I'm working on, which you forgot to bring the game.
Sorry, but I was kind of in a rush.
How?
Well, it was in the heat of a moment, I guess. I don't know. I'm an idiot. So, anyway,
And
yeah.
to think, I was just about to text you about 4:30, saying bring the game, And, and I'm like, oh, he probably remembered it, probably put it in his bag beforehand so we didn't forget.
I got slapped. Is that a blooper or are we keeping that?
Nah.
Keep that? Alright. So,
So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to end it here because we really did not come as prepared into this podcast.
yeah, before we had like a list of ideas and stuff, and I've still got a couple, it's just they're all, what do we want?
We'll have to make that a separate podcast, just what do we want in this game? What do we want coming up? So basically, guys, I hope you enjoyed this podcast. It's shorter than the last one, but I don't really think we can go for an hour of us just mumbling and jumbling, trying to scrape something up from our deep, deep minds.
How long was this one anyway?
30 minutes.
30 minutes? That's like the shortest podcast I've ever seen. This is more like a long audio video.
This is still a podcast by definition.
Yeah. Right. So,
anyway, I gotta poop, so yeah.
Go check out, you're already checking out Sergeant Kodiak. And while he takes a poo, alright, be safe. Check out Jugs Gaming. And keep your gas masks close, survivors, if you're watching.